Well, I had to do a video today because we have 50+ degree weather. I'm sorry for all you people who have snow, but the off-grid homestead is under blue skies today, full sun, and it's just a spectacular day. I thought, I got to get my camera out and at least do a short video. Well, as I come down to the guts of the place, you can see my husband got some of our garden space just tilled up a little bit. He did that actually a couple of weeks ago, and he has been throwing out the ash from the wood stove. Plenty of ash. We use that lightly in our gardening setup. And he also told me that he started another compost pile over here. This is his older one. Let's see what we got underneath here. This is really beautiful. He was showing me all the worms in here, and I'm not going to dig through there, but that thing has been on fire all winter. And then he just started a smaller one over here. I mean, you can do anything. When you're doing your composting from your food scraps, look at what he's got. He's just got a little, he cut a barrel in half here, and he's starting it right in there. So we've done it in tires before. We've done it just out like this before. So be creative on your homestead when it comes to your composting on your food scraps. Just get them composting. That's the most important thing. Here, and look at this. They're already peeking through. I had to cover them up earlier because they started peeking through, and I didn't want them to freeze. This is an awesome spot for sun. And they don't want to wait anymore. Look at that. Because we have full sun today, we actually have to leave the shop door open here because the gases are emitted from our battery bank. Even though we've got it vented, a lot of gases. So I've got the washer going today. But look at what we've got here for our numbers. 29.78. And the other day we hit 30. So let's see what the midnight charge controller is doing with that sun. So we've got 774, we've got 29.8, we're on absorb, and the Xantrax is putting, see, this one's now, it's all done. It's tapped out. So what happens is it just kind of goes into, just stops, 29.500. So we're full, man. Which is awesome. We don't work all the time on the homestead. It's not like we have all these chores every single day, and we've got to cut the wood and do the compost, and we have some chores daily. But the great thing about living off grid and being free and independent, we can do whatever we want whenever we want. So today we took advantage of the sun, and we've been doing it for a couple days now. Oh, the guys are going to go chase the birds. Oh, look at the birds up there. They'll chase them. So we had the canoe out today. Got that in the car. We already paddled this morning. And we went for a glorious run up the road. And I might even get the bike out today and do some biking. Look at that. You go get those. I'm going to go chase them. So we have a lot of fun up here on the homestead. And it's always nice because we can get up and do whatever we want at any time. No alarm clocks. That's so sweet. Well, back inside the house here, the only other projects that we have going on this beautiful, bright, sunny day is we are starting our seeds, probably like a lot of other people. We just went out and bought some starting mix. And I am in the process of organizing. This is just some of our seeds, what we're going to be doing for our gardening this year. So it's interesting because we bought some of our seeds many moons ago, and you guys probably already know these people, Patriot Supply. Been pretty satisfied with the production of the seeds that we bought from them. The packaging is real nice. They come in little mylar bags. They're real sealed, real good. And then I actually got really lucky. We have a co-op place that had heirloom seeds for half nothing. So I got a bunch of those too. The can full of my heirloom seeds. Look at these. Heirlooms Evermore. I was so lucky. I think I've got these heirloom seeds. They had to be less than $1 a piece. I mean, it was just insane. So I loaded up. But I'm not going to do a video on seed starting and all that. I think there's plenty of seed starting videos on YouTube. My husband is going to point out, what do you got going on here?
Well, it's sort of an experiment, and I've read about it online. And other people have mentioned this to me. Last year we had a failure on getting our pepper seeds to sprout.
Yeah.
The year before, they sprouted fine. But then the last year, nothing. So I couldn't figure out what the deal was. Several people told me to get them to sprout, they have to be very warm. And so I'm keeping the temperature thing here, and they want to be, 70, high 70s, 80 some degrees.
Okay.
So I've got this on the stove on a pot of water so they don't get burnt, and a coffee filter, 2 coffee filters with the seeds sandwiched in between them, and I misted them with water so it's damp. And then I put them in a bag so they don't dry up. You can see the condensation on there. So it's been about a week and nothing's going on yet. And so I thought I'd also try the same thing with the tomato. Oh, one sprouted already. They're all sprouted. We got to get these planted.
Oh, nice. So it's working.
Yeah, so this works for this. All of it works for the pepper plant.
We had a hard time with our seed starting last with the pepper plants. So if anybody has any advice on pepper plants, we're open. Because
the tomato plants, we've never had a problem. I just wanted to try it to see. I knew they'd pop sooner, and I wanted to see if this was going to work or not. So we're going to transplant these now.
Awesome.
Great.
Okay, and one final thing. We've had a lot of people ask us about our journey and how we got to our off-grid homestead. So we are going to do a video about that. Seems like a lot of you are really serious about starting a homestead and going off-grid. And we were just like you. We just didn't know. We didn't know where to begin. And hopefully some of the things that we can offer you guys on your journey to help make it a little bit easier and faster maybe. We're going to do that. So we'll be answering those questions and doing a video. The other thing I will say, as I pan over here to my little backyard, I shouldn't say little, but there it is up there. Wherever you're at right now, I don't care if you're at the end of a cul-de-sac in a residential area or you're in an apartment complex, don't let that stop you from living as free and self-sufficient as you can. You can have a lot of what we have, and you can do it today. Start a compost pile. Start composting your food scraps, and start a window-sealed garden. Start a patio garden. Start growing your own food. And composting and experiment. The other thing is, even if you're connected to the grid, we bought Harbor Freight panels when we were back in Wisconsin connected to the grid to see what it was like to have solar panels. My husband built a wooden mount for it, and we connected our television and some lights to it. So it was a really great experiment to see how solar works and if it was going to be something that we really wanted. Harbor Freight panels are really cheap. They ship them right to your door. It's a great way to experiment and really get the feel of, okay, what is this going to be like? There are a lot of things that you can do already to empower yourself. Start a library and start collecting books and start reading. If you're not in a place where you can start a garden, buy gardening books. Buy books on homesteading, buy books on raising chickens, do all of that. Those are something that nobody can take away from you when you have those resources. And they're great resources to have before you get started. Even when I did my pantry video, I stressed the importance of buying things before you move. Start stocking up on things. That way when you get to your off-grid homestead, it's not like a shock, and you don't have some of the things that you really will need. So remember, you can live as free and self-sufficient anywhere. You don't have to take the plunge right away and go completely 100% off-grid. Start today empowering yourself and freeing yourself. I've always said this before, the only enslavement we have sometimes is ourselves. We can be our worst stumbling block. Even when it comes to finances, people ask us about how much does it cost, and being in debt, and can you do it? You can do it even if you're in debt, but stop nickel and diming yourselves. When you go get gas at the gas station, don't go in there and buy candy bars and pop. It's $5 here and $10 there. Make some sacrifices. Don't go out to eat every weekend. Save that money. You want your dream to become reality? Then let's start doing it today. So that's my advice. Take it or leave it, but it's what really helped us get going. And we were always committed, and we always had a different lifestyle than most people. So this wasn't a radical change, but some of you are talking about radical changes. Start today with the baby steps. And the other thing I'll mention too is we all know that God did have a plan for me, and He did bring my husband and I out here. If you are a spiritual person and you haven't become reconnected with God for a long time, start praying about these things. I can't say enough about that. It really does help, and we are living proof. I testify to that. God has made things so much better in my journey. I'm not to say that it's been easier, but He's made it better. So think about that too. All right, guys, gonna go right back up here to the homestead and make a little supper tonight. But blue skies. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.